Hey everybody, welcome to MUSE TV. We are live. It's our Wandavision review, season 1, episode 1 and 2. And we got two people from MUSE TV right now, Tatiana Ramirez, Malik Patterson. How's everything going?
Good. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, you have no choice because you work for me, so there you go.
We're basically forced to be here.
Well, there you go. I forced it. No, but it's a good thing to be coming into and being a part of this live stream. We came on a little bit earlier because Wandavision is out. We're going to be talking Wandavision all season 1. And yeah, what did you guys think of the episode? Malik, you started off.
Episode 1 started off kind of interesting. I like the whole homage to almost like I Love Lucy is kind of what I thought the whole first episode was kind of about, especially her in the kitchen being clumsy, not knowing how to prepare things and trying to use her powers to kind of cook and speed up the process. And then Vision entertaining the guests in the living room. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Tatiana?
Malik basically summed everything I was going to say. I definitely love the whole black and white, the whole retro vibe, the vintage look, you know, the outfits, the hairdos, the music. I just loved it. I really like that they did the whole retro because I really enjoyed, you know, I Love Lucy, the whole black and white type of scenes. So I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy with me because that's what I loved about it as well. But I had to go back to like looking at old show sets.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to like the Dick Van Dyke Show. I went back to I Love Lucy, Bewitched. I went through almost all of them because the intro reminded me a lot of the Dick Van Dyke Show where he always tripped. Dick Van Dyke always came into the door and then almost tripped over something. And I was like, wow, that's good. And then the kitchen scene reminded me of the I Love Lucy bread episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good. But this the hidden messages within it though are really cool because like the commercials have hidden messages, the scenes have hidden messages of what's going on. What are your thoughts about all that?
I think Marvel, especially with all this whole Phase 4 thing, the hidden messages with the show, I think are going to be so like crazy. I think we won't even get some of the hidden messages throughout this entire season 1 until later this year, maybe even into next year. Because I think this show, especially because Marvel's never really had a show before, this show is going to set up so much down the line. I think it's going to be really intriguing to say the least.
And that's the one thing, like, they didn't show much in episode 1. The hidden messages weren't as heavy. You got a couple and a couple things, but it's like they did mention Stark. I don't know if it's Tony or his father, but they did mention a Stark product.
Industries, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, I mean, we don't want to give everything away, but come on, hopefully everybody has seen it by now.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, when they came out and you see the TV on, like if it's on a truck or a soundboard or a maintenance board, and you're seeing what's going on, that kind of like, it kind of was like, okay, what is going on here? And especially when Vision's boss chokes on the piece of meat and it gets out of character and out of frame, I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of interesting how they're taking off in this very first episode. So what did you guys think of that? Those little tidbits of scenes right there?
I'll let her start.
You know, I think they do a really good job with the whole hidden messages, and it's like a way of intriguing the audience of wanting to find out what's going to happen next, and it kind of keeps you glued to wanting to see the rest of the episodes. Like with that scene that you mentioned about the television at the end, I was intrigued. I wanted to know what was going on right away. Malik, I don't know if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to see, is it like part of S.H.I.E.L.D. or is it part of SWORD? Where exactly, or is it just other being that just introduced? I don't know exactly yet, but I am looking forward to it. I think most of the hidden messages from like episode 1 were at the end of the episode, which was kind of one of those things where you have to sit down and watch the entire thing, and then also Marvel's calling card. You have to watch the credits. We don't know if there's going to be something after the credits or not, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I noticed on the desk immediately was the symbol for sword, and I noticed that right off the bat. But I think to continue on with it, we have to go into episode 2 because episode 2 showed a lot, and it's a different period in television history as well. Because I think the Bewitched influence is kind of there more on the season 2, as well as like the Leave It a Beaver type of thing. A lot of the older series, the ones that came after, like I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke and stuff. But they had a lot more clues this time, especially with the red helicopter. What were you guys' thoughts of the helicopter in the bushes in color to the black and white contrast?
I was definitely confused when I saw that scene. I was like, what? It goes from black and white to the color. I guess it kind of gives away the answers first, of like what you're supposed to be looking out for, like the meaning in the next scenes of what this helicopter represents.
Yeah, it kind of, I can't think of the name of the movie, but there was this one Academy Award winning movie where everything was in black and white with the girl in the red dress. I believe it had to do with Germany. But anyway, point I'm making is, especially for the helicopter to be red, and for it to just be there, nobody notices the helicopter and she's so focused in on it, Wanda is, until Agnes, I believe the neighbor's name, comes over. So I think it's a lot of foreshadowing. I want to know what the helicopter symbolizes because I noticed the sword, but I don't remember anything about a helicopter specifically.
Yeah, and then with one of the commercials in that second episode, you see they're selling a watch, and it has the Hydra symbol on the watch. Well, that threw me off because I was like, I've heard so many things before the story came up that I was just kind of like, what is it? Because that sword thing, the Hydra thing kind of threw me off a little bit. And also, we have Pierre giving us the comment. Let's take a comment because we got comments coming in. The Beer Keeper has a sword logo, but also his coat looks like the AIM yellow coat. That is true, Pierre. That is true. Because that's something I did notice as well. We're going to get to that, but let's start out. With this because there's another scene when she's in a little cotillion, a ladies' cotillion, and you hear on the radio somebody talking, and I was trying to figure out. I literally was watching that part a couple times to figure out who the voice saying, because what was he saying? Who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the radio? Because that's something that I was kind of crazy trying to figure out as well.
My initial thought, I was trying to see, was it only her that could hear it, or could everybody actually hear the radio talking specifically to her as well?
When I saw that part, the lady was, I don't recall her name, but she was like, who are you? Like, who are you? Like, if she knew something was going on. And then when she was hearing that radio call, at first, my initial thought, the whole part, not trying to spoil, but the whole part before, where something goes on, where the gum gets stuck, I thought that was, Vision trying to communicate with her that something was going on, but I thought that was definitely really weird that both of them could hear it too.
Mm-hmm. And Pierre's giving out some good little tidbits too. I don't know if you guys can see the comments, but I'm like, dude, this is like the radio explosion from her parents from Stark Industries, the watch with Strucker where she got her original powers. I'm just like, how does this all add up? I'm wondering now. Because I'm trying not to give too much away, but I want to see how this all adds up together with all these clues and all these little tidbits and everything that's going on. And I think that's what we're really excited about. It's a good piece in leading up in story. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about the way they're leading up, the way they're piecing everything together, really giving you clues on and moving the story forward?
I think it's pretty good. We don't really have any true identity of where they are in the world either. Like they haven't really said where or the time period of. I mean, I know they have the old school theme with the white picket fence and the single family dog in the yard type of feel, but I want to know, what does the end scenes of all of this, like, what do they mean? What does the guy mean? What did the shield and almost stick out looking van type of thing is what I got from it? What does it all mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that's the one thing that I'm trying to figure out, because there's some outlets that actually got to see this ahead of time. Some of our friends over there at Nuke the Fridge got to see it ahead of time, but I'm curious, did they get all the episodes, or are they only get a couple? Like we're seeing it the way everybody else is seeing it. We're seeing it. I saw it at midnight because, you know, I got to see it first before everybody else talks about it. And
Sure, you were just excited to see it beforehand, I'm
well,
sure.
well, with the Marvel series, like this is the first time Marvel's done a TV show that was linked to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
And I was curious, like, how were they going to do it? How were they going to? Because originally, I believe that Falcon and the Winter Soldier was going to be coming out first. That's what I always led to believe, that series was going to be first, and then WandaVision was going to be second. So, and that's the thing that like is crazy. And then like Pierre said, like the mixing of, because I've heard they had shot with a live audience for some of these early shows. And like Pierre says, with the episode 2, the Bewitched Easter egg, I mean, I heard they used a live audience, so I think that really adds to the flavor of the show. But I'm looking forward to more. That's all I can say. It's not like the point where, like with the Mandalorian, where I was like, certain things were getting me excited, especially in season 2,
Mm-hmm.
especially seeing Boba Fett, and then at the end of the series, seeing Luke. But it's a different type of excitement. It's like an intrigue. What are you looking forward to most out of this series?
I would say, just finding out what it is that, they're trying to live this normal life, trying to find out, if someone ever finds out about them, trying to find these connections in the episodes of these hidden objects, who it is that's behind all of this, and like Malik mentioned, what era it is that they're living.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to, are they actually trying to live a normal life, or are they really on a secret mission? And that like, do they have to keep it so under wraps that they can't talk about it inside the home as well? Because there's like little things that we get where she told him like, Vision help him, and the way that they looked, how intense it was. It's just little things like that, or how, not to give away the big spoiler of the end of episode 2, that one had me on the edge of my seat, because it was just like, whoa, like what's going to happen in episode 3 or the following episodes. I'm really excited for this.
Exactly, and since we're closing up the show pretty soon, let me go to the comments again. Pierre added a good comment right here about episode 1. The house had 1 floor, and with episode 2, the house has 2 floors, and that really does show the time period of television history too. Because in the early days of television, like in the early 50s, late 40s, around there, when television was in its beginning and its heyday, in the early days of black and white, you could see that they had, when the progression of shows got into like the 60s and late 50s, early 60s, 70s, you saw the houses get bigger and larger, from 1 story to 2 story. And that's a great point out by Pierre on the show, is that's how you could tell the TV. One of the additional ways, and one of the additional throwbacks, and the little scenes that you could see from old school television back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about the show. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what's next week. Now that we've seen towards the end, we've seen color coming in, and we're coming into the color age of television. So I'm really curious where they're going with this. Is it going to be Brady Bunch, Partridge Family era now, or what? and what happened, and then to see the characters who are living in there. Let's see what happens with them too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty curious, to see how they're gonna do that transition, since they're starting little by little with red, and then with the rest of the colors that are coming along. I'm really curious to see that.
Yeah, me too. Malik, anything else you want to say? Add in?
I'm really interested on, of course, the color thing. Will they stick to the color, or will it only certain portions of the episode be in color? I'm looking forward to that. And then also, part of me is looking forward to Vision going back to work on Monday. What will entail? Because we don't really know what his job is. We just know that he's the best at his job. So something about the job is sticking out to me. It's going to be like a major factor for this.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? It's only episode 1 and episode 2. We don't have a lot to really go delve into yet. But as the series goes on, we're going to talk about it more, connecting everything together. So next week we'll be back. We'll come back live every Friday at 3:30 p.m. We are going to come back live. We're going to be talking about the episodes, talking about the shows. We could be like most, coming at midnight at 1:30. But you know what? I can't do that anymore. I've done that with my friend's show before, and I wind up missing a lot of stuff in the early morning. But we'll be back 3:30. We'll be talking about episode 3 next Friday. We're gonna try and mix it up, bring in new faces, new people coming in, talking about the show. I may not always be there because February 19th is their show, and that's my birthday. It's on a Friday. I'm not gonna be here talking about Wandavision. I'm gonna be having a nice little indoor party for myself. But I'm Mike Sandoval. If you want to, how could everybody follow you on social media?
With me, you can find me under Tatiziolani, Tatiziolani.
For me, on all social media platforms, I'm Malik on Hawk, so that's MalikOnAU.
Cool, man. And you can find me at Muse_Mike. That's probably the easiest one on Instagram. It's different on everyone. But don't forget to follow Muse TV at Muse TV. Muse TV1 on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We'll be here every single week. We'll let you know everything that's going on. We'll have a better setup when James is friggin' solar flare and everything else that we're getting right now. Lens flare. We're not trying to be anything different, but it is what it is, and that's all we can do. And we're trying our best here. So if I could block out the sun, I can. But we'll see you next week here as we review episode 3 next Friday. So thank you for watching. We'll see you back next week.